Okay, a very good day to everyone. All right, welcome back to my channel. Okay, this is one of the topics taken from Fullblast textbook, Form 4. It is entitled Time Out. So this time around, I'm going to focus on the writing activity. So before we proceed, here are our learning objectives that I would love to share with you. Okay, by the end of the lesson, you will be able to punctuate your letter with reasonable accuracy. You will be able to explain the advantages and disadvantages of cycling activity, and you will be able to write a letter asking for information. So this is the question for you. Do you know how to cycle? Or where do you cycle? Or what's the furthest you have cycled? Okay, cycling is actually one of the easiest ways to exercise because you can simply ride a bicycle almost anywhere at any time of the year and without spending a fortune. So here I'm talking about a basic bicycle that you should have. Okay, many people are put off doing certain sports because of the high level of skills that seems to be required, or perhaps because they can't commit to a team sport due to time pressures. So most of us here know how to cycle, and once you have learned, you don't forget. Trust me. Okay, so all you need is just a bike, about half an hour here or there when it suits, and a bit of confidence. So I would love to bring
夏のインターハイを終えた僕たち総北高校自転車競技部は秋から始まる連戦に備えて2泊3日の合宿をしています。
ああ、なんやデスカシ、もう一遍言ってみ。
お前のダウンヒルはこの程度かと聞いたんだ、ナルコ。
なわけないやろ。
二人とも喧嘩は良くないと思う。
お前は黙ってろ。そこまで言うならワイの実力見せたるわ。置いてきぼりにされても泣くんやないで。
できるものならやってみろ。
軽く流すだけだって言ってたのに。けどこの先は上りだ。ここで頑張れば追いつける。上りであっという間に抜かれた。
君大丈夫？
大丈夫です。この人足が。
ああ、驚かせちゃったかな。僕は川本翔太、パラリンピックの自転車競技日本代表なんだ。
パラリンピック？
小野田坂道くんか。インターハイで優勝なんてすごいじゃないか。
いえ。
パラサイクリングを見るのは初めて？
パラサイクリングですか？
うん、僕のように障害のある選手が走る自転車競技のことだよ。
競技？
種目はトラックとロードに大別されてて、使用する自転車にもいくつか種類があるんだ。体幹に障害がある選手が使う三輪自転車、下肢に障害がある選手が乗るハンドバイク、視覚障害の選手が健常者と協力して走らせる2人乗りの自転車、そして僕みたいに身体機能の一部を失った選手は普通の自転車で走るんだ。
全然知らなかった。
なんだい？
どうして片足でそんなに綺麗なペダリングができるんですか？
どうしてって言われてもな。僕の場合生まれてすぐに足を失ってるから両足でペダルを踏むのが想像できないんだよね。子供の頃からこうやって自転車に乗ってきたんだ。僕にとってはこれが自然なんだよ。って言ってもピンとこないか。じゃあ確かめてみる？コースはあと半分残ってる。どっちが先にゴールするか勝負だ。ほら 置いてくぞ。
はい。この人やっぱり速い。踏み込む力が半端なく強い。それにペダリングが綺麗だ。すごいバランス感覚だ。離される。本気で回さないと。
やるね。けど負けないよ。
お、来た来た小野田くん。なんや、えらい気合入っとんな。
一緒に走ってるのは誰だ。
さあ、けど
あれは本気の勝負だ。
ここからゴールラインまでは緩やかな下り、片足のハンデは小さい。それになんといっても僕はゴールスプリントが好きなんだ。到着かな。
そうですね。ありがとうございます、川本さん。楽しかったです。
こちらこそ本気で勝負してくれて嬉しかったよ。
はい。やっぱり自転車ってすごいですね。自転車に乗っていれば誰とでもこうして楽しめるんですね。
そうだね。自転車は僕の可能性を広げてくれたすごい乗り物だよ。でも同着のままってのは気持ち悪いな。どうだい、もう一周。
喜んで。
おいおい、何面白そうなことやってんねん。
俺たちも混ぜてもらうぜ。
手加減はいらんのやろ。
カウントダウンいくぞ。
These advantages of cycling. Okay, there are a lot of advantages and disadvantages of cycling as well. Alright, the first one could be, alright, cycling builds strength and muscle tone. Okay, cycling is not a fitness activity that solely involves the legs. Cycling builds strength in a holistic manner since every single part of the body is involved in cycling. Other than that, cycling also improves heart health and coordination. Okay, because cycling is an activity that involves the whole body, so therefore arm to leg, feet to hands, and body to eye coordinations are improved. Okay, it can also reduce stress. Any regular exercise can reduce stress and depression and improve well-being and self-esteem. So cycling outdoors is also a good way to be one with nature, and also to feel the breath of the earth. It takes one's mind out everyday life stress, and you could in a way reduce your stress. Okay, cycling also can increase your muscle tone and also build up your stamina. So what else? Okay, it also can improve your cardiovascular fitness. Okay, and this is for sure. Cycling eats up calories. Okay, cycling is a good way to lose those unwanted pounds. Steady cycling burns approximately about 300 calories per hour. So if let's say you cycle for about 30 minutes every day, you actually would burn around 11 pounds of fat in a year. Okay, so since it helps build muscle, cycling will also boost your metabolic rate long after you have finished your ride. Okay, however, there are some or a bit of disadvantages of cycling. Okay, one of it is about nerve and artery compression. Okay, again, this is a mainly caveat for the hardcore riders who are doing tours and spend lots of time cycling over the span of many years. So those cyclists out there, okay, will actually having this kind of disadvantage. Okay, it is also one other disadvantage is about bone loss. Okay, as mentioned previously, cycling is a low impact exercise. Okay, so cycling is bad for the bones. That one is according to one of the newspaper from New York. Alright, about 32 male competitive bike riders were compared with the same age group who didn't ride bikes. So the cyclists and the non-cyclists were given bone scans. The cyclists had much more bone loss than their counterparts. So in fact, some of the cyclists who were in their 20s had osteopenia in their spine. Okay, this bone loss seems to be unique to cycling actually. So since other sports that entail endurance don't have the same results. Okay, alright, this is all about time consuming. Okay, it takes time. Okay, if you choose to have cycling as your hobbies, it will take your time. Just getting ready can take time. Okay, by the time you have put your cycling clothes on and prepared your bottle drink, you have probably killed about half an hour or 15 minutes, and that's not counting making sure your bike is okay. You have to check the tires, the chains, and etc., and make sure it is in good operational condition. Then you take off. You can do about 20 minutes or 2-hour ride. It all depends on how fit you are. Regardless, this take times. And of course, most bikes you must hunch over to ride, isn't it? So there is a constant motion to stay in that position. This can cause stress on the upper and lower back. Okay. As a result, there might be a tightness or pain. Alright, so if you see from the textbook page 87, it's written there, the writing tips to write a semi-formal letter or email. It's written to a person you know, but he or she is not a friend or relative of yours. Begins with Dear Mr. or Miss, Mrs. or Miss, Doctor plus his or her surname, or you can start with Dear plus your friend's first name and ends with yours sincerely, all the best wishes, or yours. For semi-formal letter or writing an email, it is actually should be written in a neutral style, not too informal and not too formal. So when writing a semi-formal letter or email asking for and giving information, you should write in an appropriate style, cover all the points or information required in your answer, organize the information in paragraph, use standard grammar and spelling convention, use a combination of direct and indirect questions, and of course, use appropriate phrases to express your enthusiasm, such as I am very interested in as I am very keen on, I think it is a good opportunity. I was excited to hear or to see. I would be delighted. And I have always been fond of. So all these things you should remember when you write your semi-formal letter or email. Okay, the first question here. Would you like to take part in a cycling race to raise money for charity? Why or why not? Okay, dia tanya, adakah awak berminat untuk mengambil bahagian dalam pertandingan berbasikal for the sake of money charity, untuk tujuan kebajikan, mendapatkan kewangan atau bantuan kewangan. So all about charity. Why and why not? Okay. Next one. What kind of information would you want to have about the race before you made your decision? Okay. The question asks you, informasi apa yang awak nak tahu lagi? Okay. Before you decide, sebelum awak mengambil keputusan untuk mengambil bahagian dalam cycling race for charity. Alright. Actually, there are a lot of reason for those people out there who love to take part in any charity event. Okay, one of it most probably because they wanted to honor someone they know or they have lost. Okay. Other than that, they just wanted to raise money and give awareness to the society. Alright. So, in other words, people want to help. Okay. They want to support their favorite charities or those that their friends or family may have been affected by. But sometimes they simply may not have the time to do it themselves. Okay, it might change your life or someone else. Okay, ultimately, this reason is the most compelling of all. Whether it is supporting someone who is suffering, or raising broader awareness, or funding research, knowing that you are doing your cycling or any other activities not just for your pleasure but to potentially change someone else's life is the biggest reason of all to get on your bike, for example, for charity. Okay, next would be, alright, this is a question taken from your textbook. Read the announcement about the Putrajaya Century Bike Ride and the letter a student wrote in response. Okay, then answer the following questions. So let's read the announcement there. Let's all help the Heart Foundation of Malaysia. Putrajaya Century Bike Ride, Sunday 16 June. The Putrajaya Cycling Club is participating in the Putrajaya Century Bike Ride to help the HFM, stand for Heart Foundation of Malaysia, raise money to fight against heart disease. So anyone who wishes to join the fund should contact the club secretary, Sarah Samad, by 5th March. Send name, age, and say whether you have participated in any other cycling events. The contact information is Sarah Samad Putrajaya Cycling Club, Block 34C, Presin 3, Wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya, and then the email written there is sarahsamad@mail.com. So let's see the response from the student. Okay. Dear Miss Samad, alright, referring to Sarah, I saw the announcement about the Putrajaya Century Bike Ride on my school notice board, and I am very interested in participating in this event. My name is Aiman Megat and I am 15 years old. I am not a member of the cycling club and have never taken part in any cycling events. As I'm very keen on cycling, I think it is a good opportunity to join the club and take part in the bike ride. However, I would like to have some more information about the cycling club and the bike ride. Firstly, I would like to know how much the registration fee is. It is not mentioned in the announcement. Also, when will I have to pay it by? I was also wondering if the cycling club will do any training for the bike ride. So please let me know when and where it will take place and if there is a weekly schedule. Looking forward to your reply. Yours sincerely, Aiman Megat. So let's see the question first. Okay, firstly, the question asks, how does Aiman address the person he is writing to? So, macam mana Aiman tujukan surat itu? So, Aiman start by writing or by stating here. Dear Miss Samad. So how did Aiman know this name? From the question here. Okay. So that's why when you receive any question, you have to read any or all the information found in the question. So question number 2. What information does Aiman give about himself? So what did Aiman say about himself? Apa yang dia beritahu tentang Aiman? Alright. Firstly, of course, when you see this one, he mentioned his name, his age, what else? And then about his cycling background, which is he is not a member of any cycling club, and also some intention. Okay, intention means dia punya niat to join this competition, this charity event. Alright, because good opportunity to join the club. Alright, so the next one, you have to do it on your own here. So you have to complete the rest of the question for number 3. What information does Aiman ask for? Does he use direct or indirect questions? How does Aiman sign off? Okay. Let's see practice or exercise C. Read the information below, then read the direct questions 1 to 5 and form indirect question. So indirect questions are more polite than direct question. They are introduced by phrases such as, okay, indirect questions maksudnya soalan yang secara tidak langsung akan kelihatan lagi polite, lebih sopan compared to soalan direct question. Example, okay, as you can see from the column here, direct question and indirect question on your right hand side. Okay, direct question, how much is the registration fee? So if let's say you want to sound more polite, you can change the structure of the sentence, okay, by stating or by writing, I would like to know how much the registration fee is. Okay, without putting or adding the question mark here. So indirect question will sound more polite. Okay, example number 2. Will the team do any training before the race? So when you want to change to indirect question, it will become, I was wondering if or whether the team will do any training before the race. Again, you don't have to put any question mark for indirect question here, but still we know that is the question that the reader need to answer. And next, is accommodation included in the price? Okay, here instead of using is, they change to do you know if, right? It sounds more polite. Do you know if or whether accommodation is included in the price? Next one, what do I need to bring along? Alright, this one change to could you tell me what I need to bring along? So in indirect questions, the word order is the same as in affirmative sentences and the tenses do not change. Okay, this is the example. Alright, this is the first question. How many students are participating? So how you want to change it to indirect question? Okay, you may change it to can you tell me how many students are participating? So the second one sounds more polite compared to the first one. So the rest of the questions, I would like you to practice on your own. Okay, you may refer to the box on page 87. You may choose any phrases that you can add on so that your question would be more polite. Okay, next one. Alright, here we go. You have seen the following announcement on your school notice board. You are interested in taking part. Before you need more information before you decide. So you are interested to take part in this activity, but you need more information. So you want to ask about the price of the caving trip. Caving trip mean, alright, as you can see from the picture, dia buat pengembaraan ke dalam lautan, ke dalam gua. Next one, if lunch is provided and whether you need any special equipment or not for you to join this trip. So remember, all these three is your questions that you have to ask in your letter. So write a letter to Mr. Trenton. Okay, mention the name already. Giving any necessary information about yourself. Okay, first and foremost, you have to write down about yourself and asking the information you want, which is referring to these three questions. Okay, sign up for an unforgettable experience. On Sunday, 27 March, join the Geology Club on its annual caving adventure. The Geology Club is organizing a one-day trip to Crystal Cave. Discover this amazing cave system and its fascinating underworld sites. Don't miss this adventure. To sign up, contact Edward Trenton, giving name, age, and saying whether you have any previous caving experience. So the contact information is Edward Trenton, Geology Club. So the address is 12 Edison Road, WTI4RS, Edward Trenton @mail.com. Okay, so I would love you to try out on your own to write a letter, a semi-formal letter, asking and giving information. You can always refer to the exemplar on page 86. So the last one. What activity would you prefer to do to raise money for charity? Would you mind to share your answer with me? Alright, if so, just leave your leave your answers on my link that I will attach below the description. So I think that's the end. Alright, thank you everyone. If I have time, I will try to continue with other skills for Form 4. Alright, so till now, see you next time and stay safe.